everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 13, episode 8, and it was titled Beach Please. Alright, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. Alright, with that said, this episode, it was cute. It really wasn't a lot going on. Just a bunch of shadiness, that's all. And, me being annoyed by Latoya. That's pretty much all that went on in this episode. But let's jump right back into it. So it picked up where it left off last week, where they're on the bus. So, Candy is standing up for Kenya, basically saying like she don't have anybody to watch her daughter the way we do. And Marla was like, forget that. She got money. She could have hired a nanny. And Portia was saying the same thing. And Candy was like, but you're not going to let somebody watch your child right away on like a 4-day trip if you just met them. Like you need to see, you know, how they're going to do with your child first and yada, yada, yada. So Candy is like, y'all, we have the luxury of leaving our children with someone we know, especially like the dad and stuff. And so Candy was like, she don't have anybody. She don't really have a village and stuff. So Portia was like, well, I guess if she don't got nobody to watch her kids, she ain't got nobody to watch her kids, so F it or whatever. So she just like, forget it. I ain't going to, you know, stress too much about it. So at the house with Latoya and Kenya, some lady comes in, her name Whitney, I think, and she comes over and she's like a murdery mystery type. She has a murder mystery type business or whatever. So basically, if you ever been to like a dinner mystery or murder mystery or something, or you ever played Clue, it's basically like a live interactive Clue, basically. And so Whitney is telling them how like the staff, who's like fixing the food and stuff, are really actors and they'll be a part of the murder mystery. And a guy, Peter, he'll be like a journalist or something like that, but they need to make it seem like he's with somebody. So Latoya was like, oh, well, I do YouTube, so he can be like with me. I'll just pretend like I'm doing a vlog or something. So they was like, okay. So then a lady was saying how they'll have detectives come in, and Kenya was like, well, she was like, we'll have detectives come in with guns and stuff. She was like, well, they gonna be putting the guns at us or like up in the air? She was like, oh, up in the air. She was like, oh, okay, because as long as they're not putting no guns at us and do it look fake. Because basically with this climate, you know, we can't have no detectives rushing in with no guns. It's not the timing is off for that. So she was like, oh, no, you'll know it's fake. You'll definitely know it's fake or whatever. So Kenya just wanted to make sure that was fine. And then, Cynthia shows up. So I'm like, that wasn't Cynthia behind the girls? Like, where are the girls? So Cynthia get there, and Cynthia is like, everybody gonna be mad at Kenya because she done came with this private plane. And I mean, that's shady even for Kenya or whatever. So Cynthia, they show her room, because she was like, well, what my room look like? Oh, you already picked the rooms? What my room look like? So she worried that her room gonna be bad. I'm like, girl, Kenya your friends, so your room gonna be all right. So she get up there, she love her room. She like, well, I got a bathtub and a shower, yada, yada, yada. So she all excited about her room. Child, the girls got there 8 hours later. It's like 9 something in the morning. I said, what? So they said a 4-hour trip then turned into 8 hours on a bus, and they had no air conditioning. They was basically on top each other. It really wasn't all that comfortable and spacious. I said, oh no. So Portia was saying like it was a highway to hell type thing. I was like, Lord. And so Kenya wants them to fill out like a name tag with their alter egos and stuff. I didn't get all the names, but some of Tanya's was Dynasty. Candy's was Angel, because she was like, well, the name ain't Candy. I don't need to have no alter ego. My name already like a stripper name. So like, duh. But hers is Angel. Portia's was Peach Juice. Shamia's was vagina or veganine or something like that, something drip. And I don't remember the other ladies' names or whatever. They taking shots, Candy drinking water. They having like a whole good time or whatever. Latoya's confessional look, I was like, she talking about somebody weak. Girl. And then her face looked different. I was just like, oh, okay, that was Latoya. Okay. But they just having a good time. They twerking, they having a good time, right? And so one of the staff members, she come in, oh my God, I got stabbed. And so then she hop up like I got stabbed. And then she fall back down on the ground with this fake blood and stuff like that. So child, I was cracking up because she fell down. So everybody like, oh, what's going on? And then then the detectives rush in there, right? Why Portia jump behind the and then Bravo rewound it and showed us in slow motion how Portia ass leaped behind that couch. She was not playing. I was cracking up. But the detectives, they was like, we the detectives, and then they started dancing and stuff, so you knew it was fake and whatnot. And then somebody, I think it was Candy or somebody like, I hope this ain't the strippers. Like, is these supposed to be strippers? I hope not, or whatever, because she ain't had, yeah, it was Candy, because she was like, she must ain't had no D in a long time, if these the kind of strippers she buying, or whatever. So then, somehow Candy figured out, like, is this a murder mystery or something? And Kenya was like, yeah, this is a murder mystery, we gotta solve the mystery, and whoever solves the mystery gets the extra room, the best room, or something like that. And so, the only people that's really paying attention to this murder mystery is Kenya, Candy, and Tanya. They the only three really like paying attention to the murder mystery. The detectives leaving clues and stuff. Drew saying like this the most ghetto murder mystery. Shamia, Portia, and them, they twerking with the detectives. Like ain't nobody really paying attention. And she should have did it like the next day or something. Where they knew it was going to happen. I don't know, but it like you already got alcohol in them. They came there to party. They not really thinking like, oh, we gonna be doing something on the first night type thing. So they really was not paying attention to it at all. So it was just like womp womp. It probably would have been fun if they was paying attention to it, but they wasn't paying attention to it. At one point, freaking Latoya was like, I'm the one who killed the hoe. It was me because she ain't want to play it no more. I was like, Lord. And then it seemed like it was rushed because then they was like, oh, well, here go a clue about Spider-Man. And then the journalist's name was Peter. So then Kenya was like, oh, Peter, you did it. It was just it was a mess. It was not organized. Half the people wasn't paying attention. You couldn't hear the clues. It was just a mess or whatever. So Kenya said that Tanya won because she was the only one really putting in effort to solve it and stuff like that. So Tanya ended up winning the room. But I think Tanya already had a good room, but whatever. Fallon showed up. She brought her husband. So they're staying in the villa next door to the house. And Latoya was like, girl, you couldn't bring your husband. This will be a girl's trip or whatever like that. And so I think Drew said, well, Latoya don't care about nobody's husband or something like that. And so they showing Candy her room. And at some point, Latoya, because she can't hold her liquor, she went up to Drew and was like, grabbing her wrist, like, let me talk about your struggle ass husband or something. I said, what the fuck? So, the crazy thing is, Drew was more offended by her pulling on her arm than her saying, like, my husband was struggling. Because she know her husband's struggling, child. She said, I ain't finna fight you on that. Because, I mean, news is facts. But you ain't gonna pull my arm, bitch. She was like, the last girl who grabbed me got her head thrown into a gate. I'm from Chi-Town. What she say? Did she say Chi-Town? No. Did she say Chicago or Detroit? She's from somewhere, child. I was like, what do that mean? Like, I hate when people say stuff like that. Like, what do that mean? But I'm guilty of saying stuff like that too. Like, I'm from Philly. I will cut you. But I will cut you. Like, you bother me or whatever. I will cut you. But that ain't got nothing to do with where I'm from. Because, like, I don't even live in Philly no more. So, yeah. But at any rate, she was just like, I'm from Chi-Town, Brooklyn, New York. I don't know what the hell she said she from. And she will smash her head into a gate or whatever. So, Latoya like, what? I touched somebody? What are you talking about? I touched somebody? Like, girl, they had to show the replay. Yes, you grabbed her. And so everybody telling her like, look, you can't just grab people, you can't just do stuff like that. And so she was like, well, I was just touching her or whatever. She was like, yeah, but you were. So Candy was like, yeah, but you was a little aggressive, like you was aggressive or whatever. Kenya was like, just apologize. Latoya, she's trying to go over there and apologize, but she want to touch the girl again. Hello, didn't she just tell you don't be touching her? So it looked like they was about to get into it again. I said, oh, she don't learn. But she ended up apologizing, and so Drew was just like, oh, okay, you already said that or something, she said. And so then they showing everybody their room. So everybody's room looked nice except for Marlo. So Marlo's like, this room do not look fabulous, because everybody all excited about their room. It come to Marlo room, she like, this is not fabulous. I cannot believe this, but I'm gonna play it cool though. I'm gonna play it cool. I'm gonna sleep in the living room. I'm not even gonna sleep in that room or whatever. So we see it's dinner time. They eating Portia, Marlo, Fallon, Shamia, Tanya, Drew. Yeah, was in somebody's room. I don't know whose room it was, but they was in somebody's room eating. Candy, Candy, Cynthia, Kenya, and Latoya were at the table eating or whatever. So in the room, they're talking about what went on, about Latoya pulling her arm, and then at the table, they're talking about pulling her arm, and Latoya is saying like she from Trinidad, and she real affectionate, she real touchy-feely, and stuff like that. That's fine and dandy, but like Candy said, you was real aggressive with it. She was like, I was aggressive with it. Yeah, girl, you was aggressive with it, and you don't know how to handle your liquor, so you just doing stuff. You just extra with it. And so, Cynthia was telling Latoya like, yeah, and then she had some residual stuff with her too, because she know that you was talking about her wig. So you coming up to her, touching her, and then all in her face or whatever, it's not gonna come out well. So she was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll apologize or something, or maybe somebody said, well, maybe you should apologize. She was like, apologize for what? I was just like, girl. And so Kenya was just like, well, her wig was bad. And she said it's in her confessional. I was like, why do y'all keep talking about this girl wig? Like, to me, the wig, it was just big and poofy. Like, if you don't like big poofy wigs, then maybe it will look bad to you. But it ain't look like, I've seen some wigs now. I've seen some wigs. You be like, girl, you need to throw that wig in the trash. And the wig be lifting, and I've seen some bad wigs. Her wig ain't seemed like it was that bad to me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But at any rate, she don't need to be going all in on this girl wig. And then when she was apologizing, that was it too. When she was apologizing, she wanted to say something bad about the girl wig again, talking about some she said something about her. I can't remember what she said, but she was still trying to be shady when she was apologizing for grabbing her, saying something about her hair or whatever. And I'm like, her hair right now don't even look bad. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you just want to say something. You just want an issue with her for what? Like, why? I just don't understand it. So then in the room, they was calling the people in the living room aunties, and saying like they was nieces in the other room because maybe they like prudes and stuff like that, all stuck up or whatever. Latoya was saying how they purposefully gave Marlo that room or whatever, and then Latoya know why Kenya gave Marlo that room, because when she was showing her the rooms and stuff, she was like, well, that'll show her not to be talking about me or something like that. And so she knows. So it seemed like she wanted to bring up something or start something again, but it didn't go through or whatever. So Marlo was like, she's sleeping in the living room or whatever. Because at the end, Kenya was like, well, we gonna have barbecue drinks and stuff. We just gonna have a laid back day tomorrow or whatever. So everybody going to bed. Kenya went to go get Brooklyn, because remember, the baby gonna be staying with her at nighttime and so forth. Marlo fixing the couches so she could. I said, this don't make no sense. She said, I will not give her the satisfaction of sleeping in that little ass room. I was just like, So the next day, we see Kenya in the kitchen cooking the baby some breakfast and stuff. I said, look at this blurred out baby. This don't make no sense. Why we got the blurred out baby? And I saw that last week when they blurred the baby out. But like I said, Mark ain't give his consent. So that's why I know she don't got 100% custody, because he still has say-so in what she can and cannot show on the on TV. So Marlo, because Kenya was like, well, why you sleep in the living room? She was like, well, because I want to feel like I got a suite. I said, I cannot. Cynthia, she calling her man, telling him that she love him. They eating breakfast, so it's like Drew, Shamia, Candy, and Shamia was like, we called y'all the aunties or something like that. And so Candy was like, well, y'all was trying to fight last night and whatnot. It's the first night. I'm not dealing with that or whatever. Y'all don't call me an auntie, but ain't nobody dealing with all that. We see Drew, she calling Ralph to tell Ralph what happened. And Portia, she going down there to the barbecue man. He got a whole pig on there. She was like, I am vegan. He was like, oh, my bad. She was like, it ain't your fault. So Kenya, she calling the nanny, telling the nanny to call Mark to talk to the baby. I said, what kind of ridiculousness is this? This is just too much. And then she tells us that she don't have the luxury of leaving her baby with anybody, even the husband and stuff like that. We see Marlo, she all dressed up with her little black and white bathing suit on and stuff, and Candy coming there. Child, she done called the she done called the little room her dressing room. I was like, her dressing room? Is she in the downstairs bathroom? But then I realized it was the little room. I said, oh God. So she pulls Candy. Candy went in there to see her. And so Candy felt some type of way about Marlo getting that little room. Because she like, that's just shady. Like, everybody else got this nice room and then you put her in the closet. Like, girl, stop. So Marlo was like, Candy, come on, sit down, whatever. Because first Candy had to help her put her shoe on and stuff. So then she sits her down. She was like, we ain't never had no serious conversation. Let's have a serious conversation. She was like, this room really bothered me and stuff like that. And, why does Kenya hate me so much? So then Candy tells us how they go back and forth and they say stuff out of spite and whatever. And they basically just said, like, Candy was like, well, we already know y'all not going to be besties, but y'all need to just apologize, get stuff out on the table, and just move past stuff. And so Marlo was like, you think we should talk about that today? She was like, yeah, I mean, if it's bothering you that much, we should talk about it or whatever. So that's gonna come up, child. And so then we see Portia. She outside talking to Shamia. Shamia asking Portia if Dennis had texted her or called her or anything. And Portia says, like, yeah, he texted me. She shows her the phone. She was like, he's talking about he miss you and he want to get back together and he want to marry you and he's sorry. Okay, girl, what's the problem? Go with him. And Portia had replied, thank you. I said, that's some shit I do. Thank you. Have a nice day. Oh, that's ice cold. But anyway, she like, we're not doing that. Like, he's a good person and stuff like that, but he needs to do more and show me more than these words and stuff like that. He needs to be about his action and stuff. And so why Shamia take the phone and was like, because Portia was like, well, what should I have said to him? She was like, maybe you should have said, I love you. How's my daughter doing? Can we go out on a date? And she was like, girl, no. So Shamia ran off with the phone acting like she was about to text that to her. I said, Shamia better not. But I don't think she did. And so then we see Marlo and Tanya, they chilling in Marlo suite. And so Marlo was like, well, what we doing today? We just chilling. I mean, I don't got a problem with just chilling and stuff like that. But if we ain't going to do nothing, at least I can have somebody rubbing on my feet, somebody fanning me and stuff. And so she asked Tanya to fan her. Tanya was like, no, I will not fan you. She was like, well, then come on now. She's talking about, I want somebody to fan me and eat a rib. I guess that barbecue was smelling good. So when somebody cooking barbecue and you hungry, you get extra hungry because that smell just makes your tummy rumble. You like, like you could taste it or whatever. But they was hungry, child. Candy and them at the pool. Candy tried to bring up the conversation about Marlo. Kenya was like, all right, I'm walking off. So she was like, well, we're going to finish this conversation later or whatever. Portia and Drew looking at some sharks. I was like, oh, hell no. At first, I thought it was a dolphin. It was a shark's tail. I said, oh, no. And so, like I said, they was hungry because the barbecue was smelling good. They was drinking alcohol. They probably just had like chips. And if you just snacking and then you drinking and then you got food that's smelling good, that's going to make you hungry. I know chips and candy make me hungry. So, okay. So Marlo and Tanya, they looking for some food. Kenya come in with food. So Tanya and them was like, oh, okay, bet she done got us some food. So she like, is that lunch? And Kenya was like, no. Child, why she order herself some food? She didn't tell nobody she ordered food. She just ordered herself some food. She ordered like a crab roll or something, some French fries, and 2 banana splits. So they looking like, well, where is the food? Kenya says it was a fridge full of food, but apparently it wasn't no fridge full of food where they could just go in and, you know, eat it and stuff. It probably was like uncooked food they had to cook up, whip up and stuff like that. Don't nobody feel like doing that on no day and going vacation. So, what happened, child? Cynthia, she goes outside with the food, right? So while Bravo did it in slow motion with the fries coming out the bag, I said they need to stop. So then Cynthia was like, oh, I didn't know we was ordering food. If I wouldn't know we was ordering food, I would have ordered food too. Everybody hungry, not just Portia and them. Everybody hungry. Even Kenya ass was hungry. That's why she ordered some food. So, Candy, because you know... Candy is me all day. Like, I need food, okay? Feed me, goddamn it, okay? So, she like, now look. First, you was sneaky about the plane. Then you did Marlo dirty. Now you ordering food. And you ain't tell nobody? Oh, hell no. Like, she mad. She mad, because you know Candy likes to eat, okay? So, she mad. Everybody looking like, no, the beep you did. So she like, it's a fridge full of food in there. If y'all like the food, then y'all like the food. Somebody said it was like lunch meat in there or whatever. So I'm just like, this don't make no sense. Drew came down with some hummus. They all looking like, well, why? What kind of hostess don't provide food for the people or whatever? Portia saying it seemed like we crashed LaToya and Kenya's party or something, or their vacation and stuff like that. And then we saw LaToya. She came back from shopping, I guess, because she had her purse on. She had a bag. Then she had like wine and stuff in a basket and stuff like that. I'm like, girl, you bringing more alcohol. They don't need more. They need food. Okay. So, child, in the bag, she had a whole wig. Talking about something. She brought Drew a wig, and she gonna give her the wig and stuff. Everybody like, girl, don't do it. Like, please don't do that. Don't do that. She not listening. She talking about something. We gonna see how this go. Even Kenya was like, girl, don't do that. But she went upstairs. It's nighttime. We don't know if she gave her the wig or not. But it's nighttime. They got drinks. The food looked good. The pig done. Candy said, look, I am nobody's auntie. She came downstairs in this little sheer, little cute outfit, hugging on her curves and stuff. I said, okay. Then they sit down to eat, and that daggone prayer Portia did, and then the whole gospel music playing, hallelujah. I said, if they don't stop playing with me, I was cracking up. So Kenya wants to say they're spoiled because they need somebody to constantly feed them. And I'm like, it's not that. But if you're a host, you need to tell people what to expect. So, like, when we went on a cabin trip, like, me and 20 other people or whatever, we all knew each other and stuff like that. But we went on a cabin trip. And so we knew for breakfast, everybody was, like, pitching it like it was people who were going to cook the breakfast. Because we made, like, a little list. So, we stayed there for, like, Memorial Day weekend. So, like, Thursday, such and such was cooking breakfast. That group, such and such was washing the dishes, we had it all organized and stuff like that. So we knew for breakfast we was going to have we was going to cook it, we was going to eat it. But lunch we were on our own. But it was like lunch meat in there. It was like popsicles, chips, like little snack food. But if you wanted something else other than that, you was on your own. And for dinner, it was being catered. So we knew what to expect. So that's all I think they wanted to know was like, look, which are you providing lunch for us? Are you providing dinner? Like, what is going to be provided for us so we can know, so we can go eat or whatever like that. So I think that's all they really wanted, but she didn't really do that, it seems like. So at any rate, they at the table, they talking about that. Latoya, she doing the most again. She trying to apologize to Drew about her wig, or talking about her wig. But the way she was doing it, it was like, because you had wig issues, it was lifting, your scalp was showing, and I'm like, girl, where did you see all that at the wig? Maybe they should have did a close up, because I I didn't see all of that. But so Drew was like, all right, girl, no offense, or whatever like that. So Latoya was like, well, I'm gonna buy you a wig. So therefore she didn't give her the wig that she brought. So she was like, I'm gonna buy you a wig and stuff. So Drew was like, no offense or anything like that. And I appreciate you apologizing and bringing it to the table, what you said and stuff like that. But I go to the top place for get my wigs and stuff. So I'm probably not going to wear it, but I got something for you. So they looking like, oh God, what she got? So she goes off, gets her picture, and she was saying how, like, Latoya stayed watching her, stayed clocking her, and she ain't like her because she was Drew Sidora from the game and stuff like that. So she recognized that she her number one fan. So she gonna give what she give her fans, an autographed picture to my number one fan, Latoya. I was cracking up. I said, you better do it. And so she gave her the picture. Everybody was like, okay. And so then Marlo wants to bring up the thing between her and Kenya. So Marlo said, me being in that room really did something to me. It really hurt me to my core or whatever. And it's like, why would she do that? Do she really not like me? And so Kenya starts saying, like, a friend shouldn't attack a friend the way you have. And so Marlo was like, well, why? Because I be talking about your fake ass and your something else, she said. Fake ass and something else. And so Kenya was like, my ass not fake. Marlo was like, yes, it is. You got some injections. You did something to your body. I was like, Marlo, shut up. So Marlo just won't let it go. And so Kenya like, well, you'll take responsibility for what you do and stuff. And they going back and forth. And then Marlo gets up and walks off. And that was at the end of the episode, child. I said, this don't make no sense. Like I said, this episode was cute for what it was, but it really wasn't giving a lot. Next week, they supposed to have Stripper Gate. So I guess we gonna see for that. And then I don't know how many more weeks we gonna be at this damn house, but whatever. Is we going to the beach? Is we gonna chill or something? Like, give me something, child. Anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all felt about the episode down there in them comments. For this week's video, because we almost at 1,000, y'all. For this week's video, put like a palm tree down there since they at the beach. And that'll be your entry into the giveaway for once I hit 1,000 subscribers, which should be soon. I should be doing that giveaway soon. Anyway, y'all, if y'all are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And also hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. Until next time, y'all. Peace.